Just hoisted the anchor from this beautiful bay here in Elefanisos. And got our sails up, reefed main, about 80% of the jib out. We're gonna head over, sail to Milos, which I think is about 70 miles. I gotta figure this stuff out. We'll probably get there tomorrow morning. There might be some leftover waves. It's been gale winds. I've been stuck here for an entire week in this beautiful bay, so I can't really complain. Got some good wind foiling in. But looking forward to finally get moving again and explore some of the Cyclades islands. Probably will have some leftover swell once we get out in the ocean. But we'll deal with it when we get to it. At the moment we're doing about 5 knots and there's about 18 knots of wind. So the wind just died. That's really weird. I might have got too close to the mountains. It was blowing like 20 knots all morning. I think once we get out there we'll get a little more wind. But also the waves are gonna get real big over there, actually. Maybe I should put the sails down. The one downside of these laminate sails is they're much noisier when they flop. Now the wind's back. Back with a vengeance. Doing 5 knots. Feel the rails in the water. The 4 to 5 foot waves, just head on, going to windward. It's going to be a very uncomfortable passage. At least the wind is moderated, but we're just like bucking up and down. And the bed's on the high side tonight. Unless I want to move all my gear over to the other side, I guess I could do that. Might be worth it. It's going to be a long night. I think dinner is just going to be some hummus and pita and peppers because I don't have energy to cook anything. I found some ramen, so actually I'm going to make that too because the jet boil, that's easy enough to do. So we'll have something a little bit. It's a little warm. Food. And hopefully at some point the wind should come, the waves should die down a little bit on the ship. If I hadn't stopped for a week, I would still have my sea legs, and this probably wouldn't bother me that much. But it's like every time you stop for a while, you got to rebuild the sea legs. Goodbye, land. Cutting off into the Mediterranean Sea. There. So let's see what up this morning. See the island over there. All right, day number 2. Did pretty good last night. We're, I think, only less than 20 miles away, about 20 miles away. So we should get in maybe around 11, 12 today. Yeah, made some good miles. A little uncomfortable. Going to windward. Waves are maybe 6 feet, maybe 6 to 8 feet. Every once in a while you get a big one, but I'm gonna close this hatch now because I'm getting some water in here. I gotta get a few waves coming in here, but not too bad. Got a little bird friend. Finally, wants to land. Kind of cool area. Fortunately, there's lots of boats here. So anchor's down. Couldn't get the motor to start today. So here we are. Dropped the anchor, about 25, 30 feet of water, something like that. Beautiful spot here. Quite a few boats. There was a few people left, so that's not too bad. I think I'm gonna dive down and check the anchor and then blow up the dinghy and explore these caves here. They look pretty cool.
The anchor looks set good there, and also the bottom's looking in good shape. The hull shield, electronic anti-fouling, working pretty good. Although I gotta make the water line a little higher in the back next time I repaint it.
Pretty cool caves. This is a long one. Wow. calm close to shore, man. It is strong wind, just a few hundred feet offshore. Luckily, after the second reef in, and have the jib reefed, and we're doing like 7 knots, I'd say. Need to start my GPS. Oh man, we're almost tipped over here. Put a little bit more jib away. I rolled a little more jib up. See, it looks much better now. My rag is chafe protection because there's a bolt that pokes the sail right there.
Here's a glance at the chart. We anchored over by those caves over to the left there. But now we're gonna sail maybe to this island, and we could anchor in here. Looks good. Or in there. It looks a little deep over there. Maybe back over there.
Well, last night the wind kind of died, so I just anchored in this bay right here. And the wind is still feeling pretty light, although I think there might be some wind further out there. But before I go, I'm going to tackle 2 problems. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get them done, but one is, it's been always annoyed me how much play there is. You can see the tiller moves a few degrees before it actually engages with the rudder. The play is just in this little this guy right here. So I'm not sure. I think this bolt is as tight as it can get. But maybe I can shim this somehow or something. It'd be nice to have that play out of there. I think that would make the wind vane a little more responsive, and then the autopilot too. And also just would feel a lot nicer if this would just be like really direct with the rudder. Problem number 2 is I'm really not a fan of this kind of high modulus jib sheet. It's really hard to like not, because it's I don't know, it doesn't want to bend in very tight radiuses, and then also it kind of will get in these loops and get jammed up a lot. And there's not really any reason to have a high modulus jib sheet, I think, for this kind of boat. But now I think it would make sense to have high modulus halyards. I have a high modulus halyard on my main, and so that's really low stretch. And I think it would actually make more sense to have a high modulus halyard on the jib, especially now that I have these sails with less stretch. So I'm gonna take this line. I'll need to cut that shackle off, that soft shackle. I'll cut that soft shackle off, and I'll use this as my halyard for my jib. And then I can use the old double braid polyester halyard for my jib sheet. We'll just trade those. So this jib sheet is kind of cool though. It has this soft shackle that's like sewn into the middle there. But I just need to cut the stitching off, and hopefully I can slide it off of there. It's sewn on there pretty good. I tried to save the shackle, but it's sewn on there too tight. I think we can just cut it open. Yeah, that'll be easier. Man, they really sewed that on there good. I don't want to cut my rope. I gotta keep sawing at it. So that soft shackle came off without damaging the sheet too much. So now I'm going to sew this to the end of my jib sheet. Now we just cross our fingers. Hope it works. So I took out all the shackles and stuff and replaced it with just a bowline, and I think that will actually take up less room on the mast and a little bit less weight. And there we have it, new halyard. And I'm just using the lark's head. What do you think? What kind of knot do you like to do? 2 bowlines or a different knot? I cut up a water bottle and I made this piece of plastic. So there's I think the problem is this about 1.5 millimeters wider here than it is here. Because when you have it upright, it's tight, but when it's down, it's loose. And this is about 3/10 of a millimeter, so that will add 6/10. So I'll try it with one, and then I'll try a second one if it doesn't tighten it up. So one was not quite enough, so now I've got 2 layers. Just put this on here. Let's see if it goes pretty snug. Well, I ended up taking 4 of those pieces, but now no play at all. The only thing is when I lift the rudder, the tiller kind of all falls apart. So, oh, that broke one too. Well, I guess I'll just leave the tiller in the down position for now, because I like it and not having play. I'll try replacing that with some metal shim in the future, and maybe that will be a little more durable. But for now, we got a potential solution. There's still a little play. And last project before I get going, I bought this cheap winch handle in Malta, but it doesn't lock in the winches. I think it's because this guy is just a little too thick for my winches. It's to go on the mast winches. So I'm gonna just use the angle grinder and grind it down. Seems to be working.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for more sailing in Greece. Be sure to check out my other sailing videos that YouTube recommends and subscribe to the channel. I just want to give you all a real-time update since I finished up my sailing season on pickled herring for the winter, and I've stored the boat in Venice. But don't worry, there's a lot more sailing videos to come. I got a little behind on the video editing, so there'll be videos in Greece, Turkey, Albania, Montenegro, Croatia, and more in Italy too. So yeah, at least a dozen videos, maybe more. I did have an editor doing the last 4 videos, but now I've got some free time again, so I'm back to editing my own videos, starting with this one. Definitely, he did a great job though. We'll have him do some more videos in the future so I can keep more up to date, hopefully in the future too. I am in Norway now for the winter, staying with Annalene, and be sure to check out her channel if you want to see a different perspective on our sailing adventures. And we're gonna do some winter sailing because she's got her sailboat here, hopefully, and just some other random adventures. And if you want to see the videos of the most up-to-date, feel free to swing over to Patreon and you can join that, or if you want to buy me a beer, there's other links in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.